Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a Beyond the Summit presentation of the RedBull Esports Championship League. I'm Luminous, I'm joined by Merlini, and can we get a little bit philosophical for a bit?
A little bit of what?
Philosophical.
Philosophical? Okay.
Sometimes we ask ourselves, what the fuck's going on?
Sometimes we ask, when should Mushi stop farming?
We did not get answered for either of
We
those
never get
questions last
answers.
game. And that's why we have Game 3. Orange versus Rising Star. This is the deciding and final game for the semifinals of this best of 3 series. So winner goes on, loser goes home. And of course, if you win this entire tournament, it's going to be $16,000, give or take a little bit. Ton of it. And of course, you have a LAN final to go to somewhere down the road. Orange Esports going to open the draft here on the Radiant side with Alchemist and Shadow Demon. Meanwhile, Rising Stars is bringing out the RisingStars with Anti-Mage, Dragon Knight, and now Nyx Assassin as pick up here. Really quick draft going by. Anything quick that you want to point out?
Well, Orange is sticking with the Sand King again. I think it proved to be pretty useful so far in this series. And Rising Stars, I mean, they're picking Anti-Mage first pick when there's a Shadow Demon left in the pool. I'm not too sold on that.
Rising Stars had I think this was back in the G1 LAN final, phase number 2, phase number 3, when they were just qualifying for the tournament. When things got tough, they always just first pick Anti-Mage. And that's how they won a lot of their games. So,
I don't know. Can he do it versus an Alchemist, though?
can you do it against Alchemist? Can you do it against a Shadow Demon? I think it's hard to do it against Anti-Mage, or against Orange Esports. Because they're one of those teams that will pick a Windrunner and go offensive trialing against you. And when you're trying to farm under the harass of a Windrunner and a Shadow Demon, you're going to have a very, very tough time. So, I don't think Nyx Assassin and Rubik's going to do a good enough job to keep Anti-Mage farming away. And I think Orange Esports is going to take advantage in this trialing situation.
Yeah, I can agree with you there. Dragon Knight, he's not the best rotator either. So even if their triple lane does come under heavy fire from the harass of Shadow Demon plus Winner plus 1 and just constantly harass the Anti-Mage, Dragon Knight is not the hero that you want to just come in, help you out, because he needs babysitting himself sometimes.
Yeah, last time we saw XTT rotating from the off lane in the form of a Bounty Hunter and was able to do a couple kills here and there. So let's see if they're going to do something similar. I don't think Bounty Hero per se is the hero that you want to go to, but similar playstyle of rotating your off laner to help out your 3 lane is probably the best way to do it. Darkseer gets banned out here, and Rising Star.
Darkseer lasts until the very end.
I'm completely surprised because I felt like you would draft that over Nyx Assassin. I would draft it over a Rubik, for example. But
I would draft it over Dragon Knight.
Sure.
If you have an Anti-Mage and a Dragon Knight, I think that's a little bit too much farm in the early game. Anti-Mage requiring a lot of babysitting, and both of them requiring a lot of items. Darkseer,
too passive as well.
Yeah, too passive. Darkseer can actually be aggressive in his lane. He finds farm much easier. He can jungle much earlier than either of those heroes, and he is self-sufficient for the most part.
All right, so we're gonna see a Beastmaster selected here from Rising Stars. Not too bad of a hero, but I really don't think
I don't like him versus Shadow Demon.
I don't like him in a solo 1v. I think they're expecting an offensive trialing, so they're saying
They have a 4 melee lineup.
yeah,
versus
that's
Sand
the
King
thing.
and an
Yeah,
Alk.
I mean, if they expect offensive trialing from Orange Esport, then you could say that Beastmaster is going to have a 1v1 matchup against Alchemist. And I think Beastmaster does okay in that matchup. Acid Spray doesn't do too much against Beastmaster because he's fairly high HP, has fairly high base armor, and Alchemist has very low base armor. I think Beastmaster could out-harass Alchemist. Consider that this is the bot lane. I don't think Alchemist could bottle crow, so it's not bad, I think.
I mean, I would have just preferred a different hero just because Beastmaster is like decent at like because when you pick an Anti-Mage, you're usually 45 with the rest of your team. I think Beastmaster is like okay at doing it, but you can't go all out aggression with just 4-on-5 with the Anti-Mage. I think he's okay. He's really ulti dependent. He's also melee. He sometimes can get shut down in lane, and his stun isn't, let's say, as good as like Alchemist, right?
Right.
His stun is like mediocre compared to a lot of other heroes.
I don't like him against Shadow Demon. If there was
Yeah,
no Shadow
I
Demon,
especially don't like him for Shadow.
right? And now we see a Lone Druid being picked up here, so we expect a lot of early game aggression.
A lot of
coming out.
farming.
Well, I feel like Orange Esports is one of those teams that would like to play aggressive. This is a Mushi Alchemist, so I think he said last game didn't farm enough. Got to deal with Grievous Greed this time.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, ky.xy is, in my opinion, one of the better C Lone Druid player left. Not
Yeah, I
many
agree.
players play Lone Druid anymore, but he's one of those kind of very stable players. Doesn't make the most flashiest of plays, but he's always there to show up, push, team fight, all kind of stuff. So the question is Orange running that offensive trialing? Are you putting now ky.xy on the mid lane, or are you putting ky.xy in a 1v1 situation against Beastmaster? If that does happen like that, I think Beastmaster is going to have a very tough time.
Yeah, I think Beastmaster is going to get absolutely destroyed if he's 1v1 versus the lone druid, especially ky.xy. He's fairly solid, and he gets a lot of creep kills. He puts out a ton of harass. He doesn't get picked off very often, unlike some people on their team.
Well, a lot of people got picked off last game, but let's quickly introduce them here. Net playing the Shadow Demon. We do have Sand King being handled by Extinct once again. Mushi playing the Alchemist. We have Ohio playing Windrunner. Again, very, very spectacular Shaco Shot last game. And of course, ky.xy on that Lone Druid.
And on the side of RisingStars, we have Super on the Nyx Assassin, one component of the triple lane, babysitting Xiao Tuji on the anti-mage, and the last babysitter for that lane is XDD on the Rubik. Mid lane will go to Air on the Dragonite, and top solo in the safe lane on Dire side is XTT on the Beastmaster.
I think they read the offensive trialing. I mean, this is what Orange does every single time with the Windrunner offensive trialing. And anti-mage doesn't really get too much farm because of it. Or at least that's the projected. Now you go offensive trialing with the anti-mage. Not really a lane that's meant to kill, but I think they're going to do a fine job shutting down ky.xy, preventing him get a ton of CS. And anti-mage should have a decent time farming. Also, if Rising Star wants, oh wow, they smoke up here. If they find themselves ky.xy and gets a free first blood, they win this lane hardcore because Bear Summon is still down for like a full minute.
So what exactly is he going to do though? I'm surprised. Why is he standing right here? We see a lot of them just go immediately over here, just chill in this area until they show themselves.
I mean, that's how he dies, right?
Well, I mean, if you do that at the very, very start, unless they smoke and like get there really, really fast.
Well, they are smoke right now. They are smoke right now, looking for that kill. And well, they place a war here. I think they're definitely going for the first blood. There is Blink available. Oh god, ky.xy. Blink. Pretty good chase on here. I don't like the toss back because that's closer to tower. A couple more hits. One more blink. One more hit. It's going to do a south. Any south? There was no south available. Only 6 tangles, and that's the first blood being drawn by XDD. And guess what? When Bear comes back alive, 50-second on Spirit Bear form. I think he can still go back at the bot lane, especially with Net now rotating back in. But a really, really nice smoke and a war. Like, this is a lot of dedication for that kill. Glad they were able to pull it off. Very beautiful play.
It's very predictable lanes by Orange, though. Or very predictable lanes, though. If that hadn't happened, then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
they just do offensive triple lane Windrunner so often that they were able to completely abuse that fact and just kill ky.xy.
Yeah, and so Rising Star pulling a fast one here on Orange Esport. I really like the adjustment, and now the rotation coming up from Super as well, preventing him even getting back in lane. No impel being used.
There is Bonner break on Xiao Tuji, so now that Shadow Demon's down there, he can actually do a decent bit of damage to the anti-mage if he can ever catch him in a disrupt in. Windrunner.
Yeah, meanwhile, getting a kill here in the help of Beefcast. I didn't expect a kill up top, so sorry for missing that one. I really don't think Shadow Demon could use that disruption offensively against anti-mage. I
don't think so either.
Yeah, I think his job on the bot lane is to make sure that the disruption is always to make sure that it goes on ky.xy when he gets initiated on. So Xiao Tuji should be okay to get some CS. But now with the Bear back on live, ky.xy should begin doing a little bit of passive harassing, and he's already doing that.
And let's see, Extinct is checking the 2-minute top rune, and meanwhile we have a support XDD checking bottom rune. They have no wards on bottom. Orange does not, so they do not scout this Rubik. Let's see whether he heads bottom or mid to try and kill Mushi. Looks like mid.
I don't think they have enough damage yet with Arrow.
Yeah, he's only level 1.
Who's level 1? Oh yeah, the Rubik. Yeah, Arrow's also out of mana at this point, so they don't. That's definitely not going to happen. Meanwhile, XTT doing a little bit of pulling, doing a little bit of stacking himself. Now anti-mage has rotated back up top, so it's the musical lane switch again. This one, not as hilarious as the one that we saw between anti-mage and Lone Druid like a month ago, but still pretty.
So what does XCD actually hope to get accomplished in the middle? He's just kind of just
turn level 2 and maybe get. Yeah, there you go. There's a level 2.
Oh, there you go.
Lift and fade, but where's the lift? There's a lift, but the stun is already coming out. They're not gonna get that kill for sure here. Acid Spray's gonna get a drop down as well. Is there gonna have Flame Breath? Wow, missing like a couple points of Flame Breath. If he had it, I think they would have got that kill.
Yeah, just waiting for that bottle on the Dragon Knight. XCD being very, very patient there, just barely missing out on that kill. Well, early boots paying off for Alchemist.
And we do see the full rotation going back up top here. Is Beastmaster still jungling? Yeah, in fact, he is jungling it up. Who is on the bot lane? Just Super trying to get some EXP here and there, and Beastmaster trying his best to do a little bit of pulling as well. I don't think Rising Star could actually get a kill here, but that's not what they're looking for, right? All they want is to make sure that Xiao Tuji is getting farm.
Yep.
And he's got boots. I really like Anti-Mage when they actually go for treads first before going for a full Battle Fury. I feel like treads actually make you offensively and defensively a lot more powerful as a hero. And it's not like you need the perseverance ASAP anyway, so yeah, Xiao Tuji still relying on that magic stick, still relying on tangles.
So looks like Orange has made a rotation up top to Net, TPing up there, Super also walking up there. So bottom lane back down to one hero, and it is just ky.xy.
Yeah, and I think you slowly walk your Beastmaster on the bot lane. He's going to have a tough time winning that 1v1 situation, but he's going to get a little bit more EXP than he's getting on the mid lane, or top lane, excuse me. Super does not find himself a 4-mana rune. It's going to be haste
on top.
Uh-oh, are they going to make that go? XDD, though, is going to go down here. Oh, but here comes the Windrunner, or excuse me, the Anti-Mage. I really don't think Anti-Mage can make the fight. X is going to come through right now. Net self-disrupt, and right now Ohio, uh-oh, a couple more right clicks going to do the job. Nice animation cancel here, but Xiao Tuji with the magic stick blinks back out. Good foresight on the purchase. Fable comes in right now. Oh my god, 3-man impale. They're going to throw Ohio on the back. He's got Windrun. No, he doesn't. He's got the phase boot. A couple more hits is going to, one more hit's going to do the... I think if he summoned the board, might have been able to
he
do
might
it.
try and get him pale for
Oh, wow. Xiao Tuji blink from high ground to low ground. Also, we had the rotation from air, picking off one of the hero over here. Very nicely done from all of Rising Star. Every single player of Rising Star made the rotation, and they were able to pick up a couple kills.
I was surprised that Ned did not disrupt the Anti-Mage earlier. He tanked maybe like 4 or 5 hits, was at half HP before the disrupt went off, and I think they could have forced Xiao Tuji out there a little bit earlier.
I think they expect the Xiao Tuji to die there. I mean, animation cancel from Ohio was able to... Mushi maybe in a little bit of trouble here. In fact, he's actually going forward. There's 4 hero mid, and Mushi says, I don't
he got
care.
telekinesis in, but he already has his ultimate up. No problem for Mushi.
Tier 1 tower now under a little bit of trouble. You cannot leave ky.xy alone for a little bit too long, because if he's starting to take your tier 1 towers, you are going to get snowballed upon by the old school Maelstrom build of Lone Druid. So definitely needs to start paying a little bit of attention to that. But if you're sending 3 pure on the bot lane, Xiao Tuji cannot get any farm on top.
And I think that Orange just has a lot of solutions to deal with the Anti-Mage. They can root him before the... root him before he gets his Manta. They have a Shackle, very long duration stun. They have the Impale from the Sand King, which is almost instant cast. He can't blink dodge it for the most part. And they have Shadow Demon, he can make images of it, and Alchemist with another long duration stun. So each of these heroes are pretty effective against the Anti-Mage at one point in the game, or at one point or another in the game. And I don't know if he's going to be able to carry.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Now he's forced to rotate to the bot lane to get some farm, but his allies is not really getting ganked successfully against ky.xy. And this is what I mean by him being a very safe player. He just doesn't get killed. That was a 3-man smoke gang and a TP from Anti-Mage, not doing a single thing. Although maybe I spoke too soon. Super getting position for that Impale. His allies, though, a little bit too far away. I think the rotation from Rubik, yeah, he has already gone back up top to maybe defend that tier 1 up top. And as a result, Anti-Mage not getting too much farm. Anti-Mage, or excuse me, ky.xy still getting some decent farm despite being harassed back and forth.
And in mid lane, CS is pretty even, 33 licenses for the Alchemist and 28 for the Dragon Knight. So just a farm fest going on in the middle. I'm actually surprised to see Beastmaster run around so much. I thought that he'd be stacking Ancients or stacking just neutrals in general for their team. He did not pick up an early point in Inner Beast, but he was actually shadowing down here bottom on ky.xy, but not being able to get a kill down there.
Yeah, and I think Anti-Mage being forced to rotate now back to the mid lane, he's really just not having a good time. If you look at his CS, he's only got 22 CS on the mid lane. They're going to stun it up. They're trying to go kill him with Anti-Mage. Wow, what a ganking party. Offensive disruption, and the stun now hits 2 people, and that's going to be a Shackle Jack from Ohio. They're going to try to get a return kill. Super's on the run, popping that spike here, but he's going to be fine. No, he's not, because the poison from Shadow Demon, he's maxing it. Level 3 Shadow Poison. Very offensive.
And Orange doing a very good job of rotating this early game, trying to counter the aggression from Rising Stars and trying to limit the Anti-Mage's farm. Nice disrupt there to try and save Mushi. Mushi 0-0-1, top farmer right now, 39 last hits, 7 denies, just ahead of ky.xy, 39 last hits, 6 denies.
Yeah, and now ky.xy is going to be working on tower as well. Tower not going to get denied. And there you go, tier 1 goes to Lone Druid on the bot lane. So I expect him to have a Maelstrom build fully up and ready in about 11 minutes or so. He's already got phase. He's even got the Orb of Venom on top. And I don't think you could actually send less than 3 people to actually successfully gank him. He's just so tanky at this point.
I mean, he still could go for Midas Radiance. I'll have to see what he goes for. Most likely go with Haste from the side shot, but too early to tell.
I mean, I personally like Maelstrom because it allows you to siege a lot better. If you split push, it's going to get down towers quicker. You can farm the jungle a lot better. If he's gone for Midas, he should have gone for it earlier, right?
Yeah, I think he thought
like
he
you would
needed
not go
phase
Orb of
boots.
Venom if you're going to go Midas. You would just get boots on your bear. I don't think you would make all these like small upgrades.
Yeah, it's still a possibility. It's okay for split pushing. It is something that they need to worry about just because later anti-mage is going to constantly split pushing them, and if you can't push your lanes out, you're
True.
not going to be able to win. So it depends on how much he thinks he's going to be able to farm, if his team's going to need him in the 22 minute mark, and how much of a problem he thinks split pushing out lanes will be later in the game.
Yeah, one thing they don't have to worry right now about is Xiao Tuji not really going to have too much farm. He's got still 26. He's found 4 CS in the last like 2 minutes or so. Xiao Tuji forced to rotate, not having a ring of help to help him stay in lane, and just really getting bullied around. His allies, his supports are just not doing too much. Nyx Assassin, Rubik, these are really piss poor ganking supports. XTD barely having level 6 and not really getting anything done either. And here comes a Hawk, at least going to scout out net a little bit, although the Hawk's going to die right about now. And here comes the tier 1 tower siege. I really like this tower siege, sieging the lane that anti-mage is in right now, and say, hey man, you're not going to get anything done unless you teleport away. And if you do teleport away, I'll mirror you. I'll chase you with my spirit bear.
And we see 4-man top from RisingStars, about to be 5-man from Orange.
XCD is going to be level 6. He does have a teleport scroll ready. It is so bad when you're getting pushed in and you have heroes like an anti-mage because he's not really able to defend. Already down to about half HP. Poison scoping things out. XCD is going to actually walk all the way back to base and regenerate a ton of HP. I really don't think they can even defend this tower. Yeah, they back off. RisingStar says, we're not going to waste any more time. Let's just give up this tier 1 tower and have our anti-mage farm the jungle or farm mid lane.
And Rubik is level 6. He had a pretty unoccupied lane on bottom. And so RisingStars, even though they lost the tower and they had 4 people up top, Rubik getting level 6, he can do a lot more in team fights now.
If you're anti-mage here, do you go for Vanguard Vlad or do you still go Battle Fury?
I would still say Battle Fury. Screw Vanguard. He
He
needs to be able to carry a lot into the late game, and he's not going to be able to power farm and catch up with the farm of this Alchemist and the Lone Druid without going some sort of farming item.
I mean, he's got 200 gold to his 4,600 of the Battle Fury. He still needs a Quelling Blade, so let's just say that he just needs a full Battle Fury. I don't think he's going to have the time. They do lift up Ohio. Nice body blocking from Xiao Tuji. The phase is going to allow him to pass through. He's looking for the Shackle Shot right now. Shackle Shot will fly through, and that's an offensive disruption. Oh, Anti-Mage, look at his HP. Just dropping. He's still thinking about going. He blinks forward right now. Where's the Beastmaster Roar? They see Extinct. The Beastmaster Roar is going to come through, and Xiao Tuji shift by himself a kill. No, Rubik cases with the power shot.
I mean, overlapping the disruption and the shackle shot there, I think they could have done a lot of damage to Xiao Tuji had they coordinated with the disruption first into the shackle shot. Regardless, Xiao Tuji picking up a kill. Or actually, he picked up a kill earlier, but they picked up a kill on that. Nice rotation by the Beastmaster. I'm surprised he hit level 6 so fast, considering he was up against a triple lane on top and he was running around so much in the early game.
Yeah, he's just so poor. But now, with Mushi finishing his mech, I expect to see those 5-man push coming right down the mid lane right now, and I just don't think RisingStar could actually defend it. Although now Anti-Mage have a tiny bit of room and time to get some farm. He really needs to make sure he gets every single last hit. He does not have time to miss any last hits right now because the push is coming and his teammates are trying their best to defend.
Here comes the push that you were talking about, Lumi.
Yeah, tier 1 tower going to be in big trouble. It is ky.xy leading that charge. Power shot gonna get used. I think he should walk closer and drop the Fables while tier 1 goes down without any challenge. And Orange Esports says, man, if you're gonna give up tier 1 for free, I'm gonna go for tier 2 because I know you have heroes like Dragon Knight. I know you have heroes like Anti-Mage. They just don't do much early game. Dragon Knight trying to backstab with the haste rune. He has the Ogre Club, or not. Yeah, he does have an Ogre Club. I mean, who are they gonna focus? I just don't know who are they gonna kill with the nukes. Dragon Knight thinking about the backstab still. Everybody full strong super, not gonna get shackled. Tower is focusing, and his super making a dive. He's thinking about it. He's pinging it up. He knows he has to go. No go just yet.
And Anti-Mage just split pushing out the whole time. This tower is very, very low.
I think they're waiting for a couple of TPs out, and then you make the go?
Yep, but Orange smartly backing together as a team and not getting picked off due to a Rain Dragon Tail, Beastmaster Roar. RisingStars was pretty ready for it, but just smart play by Orange there. They know that one of them has to defend versus the anti-mage, so he just doesn't get free towers and even earlier Battle Fury than what he's on track for. So good play by Orange.
When do you think it's gonna finish that Battle Fury in the rate that this game is going?
Probably say a little before 20, maybe like 18 and a half.
18 and a half. That's a lot of hopes for Xiaochuji's farm. I'm not sure whether his team can be able to withstand these pushes. I think Orange is gonna push out the creep wave up top, and then they're gonna go down mid again because mid already down to about, I don't want to say 60% in terms of HP. No, they smoke up. They're looking to push tier 2 bot. Again, every time Orange Esport, when they smoke, they get something out of it. They might not get a kill here with the smoke because I think they're really just looking for the tower, just back up that Lone Druid. And Lone Druid is, well, pushing away. Orange Esport setting up shop over here. There is a board just hanging out. And Anti-Mage is so afraid right now that he can't even farm because everybody's missing off the map.
Yep. There's just a lot of stalemate on bottom. Orange just posting up on bottom with the smoke, waiting for the anti-mage to come out. Anti-mage coming out top, waiting for the smokers to come out. And looks like Game of Chicken has ended. Mushi beating away on
XDD right now. Look at the tangle through from this side here. They find XDD. XDD gets Burrow Strike. He's going to go down. So they get one kill. Dire is fortifying their structures, but it don't really matter. Anti-Mage is not in the tower up top yet, so they give up a tier 2 without too much of a trade. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, you see the Air trying his best to slow down that push, or at least trying to get an exchange out of that one. Lone Druid gets yet another tower, and now Orange TP's up back top. You just don't give anything away to Rising Star. Orange playing spectacularly with their rotation and defending every one of their towers.
Yeah, and looking at the XP graph and gold graph, 7,500 gold advantage in favor of Orange, and XP just around 1,500 in favor of Orange. But Alchemist, I think, has been doing a fantastic job of last hitting. ky.xy, after giving up that first blood to the smoke, farming fantastically. Ohio, fantastic farm on Windrunner as usual. These three are your top farmers. These three are going to carry Orange in the mid game.
Yeah, and they're getting items that are really good right now, right? Alchemist going for mech and most likely BKB next. Windrunner with the 4 staff up already. Bezo's going to help their push. And more importantly, Maelstrom already up on Lone Druid. He's getting himself a little bit of regen on the boots as well. Looks like they're going to make it go Shackle Shot, not going to last here. And then, misses on his ultimate. He's going to try to walk himself back out, but the Purge slowing him down. The Sun's going to come through as well. That's a free kill. Tier 2 is definitely dead. What is Anti-Mage on? Well, Anti-Mage is on a Perseverance right about now, and they're going to lose a tier 2. I really don't know whether Anti-Mage should carry themselves back in the game. And that goes back to the draft that you talked about. Why do you open up with the Anti-Mage pick, especially when Shadow Demon and Alchemist gets picked up? Because they farm better, they farm faster, they push better, and now it seems like with the lineup drafted to play against an Anti-Mage, Rising Star in trouble.
Yeah, and Xiaochuji really desperately trying to find these towers, but Orange constantly TPing. We see Xe and TP bottom. We saw the Alchemist just post up top next to the tower, not giving any room for Rising Stars to get back in the game, unlike last game.
Well, this game ain't over yet. Rising Stars still have their Raxus, so can't call it just yet.
Yeah, gold difference about 10,000 in favor of Orange. Granted, they are up 5 towers to 1, but so that is a tremendous amount of gold lead. Or 5 towers to 0.
Not only are they up by towers, if you look at the CS, they're farming a lot better than Rising Stars. So they just have better lanes, they have better early game heroes, and that's expected when you have heroes that are passive farmers like Anti-Mage, passive farmers like Dragon Knight, and someone passive farmer like Beastmaster. They're going to try to set up a 5-man gang up bot, but I think Extinct is aware of it.
Oh, wow. Well, they're just looking up behind and just waiting for anyone to peek out on bottom. Extinct, good awareness.
Good awareness. If you look at his gold on a support level 6 ranking, 1,800. Thanks to all those tower gold, 264 times 5.
And one more tower. He's going to be very, very close to his Blink Dagger.
He's going to probably have his Blink Dagger.
So that's Sal.
Xiaochuji and his team's going to get one of that tower for his sake. Let's hopefully that he gets the last on the tower because he needs every bit of gold if possible. But Rising Star have to basically waste that gold that they gained from that tower to all TP back because here comes that push. So I'm not even sure how much the gold they got out of that one tower exchange.
Yeah, and they are sieging this early. They went for a Maelstrom build you're talking about, and no glyph popped up, but they didn't actually get any damage on it. Just trying to force everyone back. But Xiaochuji split pushing away on bottom, still working on his Battle Fury, and yeah.
All right, Super is going to be trying to get some map control. If you look at the vision on the Radiant side, they see absolutely everything in the jungle. And Force, they're preventing the warding coming out from the Dyers, while Rising Star, I'm not sure where the avenue of comeback is coming from, but I'm not sure whether they'll do it through the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage, you talked about the 20-minute Battle Fury. Looks like he will have the Perseverance and the Claymore, so just about 1,000 go away. If he can find himself a couple kills, or a tower kill or two, maybe, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he hasn't been dying though. 1-0 and 3, doing a fantastic job of split pushing, being very annoying as most anti-mages should, and you shouldn't sacrifice deaths for farm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure whether they're in the driver's seats for any decision they can make, so I think it's up to Orange in terms of whether they decide to slow this game down. If Orange says, let's farm for 20 more minutes, then Rising Star says, thank you. Although I think Orange right now says, let's get that Rax mid, and they're grouping up. Playmail up on Mushi, thinking about... If I was Mushi, I would have just gone straight Vlad's. Forget the playmail, forget the AC. Vlad's and just go get the armor and just push in.
Yeah,
but
or just do Roshan.
Yeah, either case, it doesn't really matter. Plus 10 armor gives him so much tank, gives himself so much tank. Anti-Mage, probably after this last creep wave, might be forced to TP back. Or does he just say, hey man, my allies, try your best to defend, because I'm going to come back with a battle for maybe. Mushi gets lifted, and that's where the playmail comes around. A nice defensive disrupt and a force that back out. He's completely fine. Acid Spray wearing everybody down. XCD looking for a spell to steal, not really finding a good one yet. Shackle Shot lets fly. And is that Acid Spray being stolen? It is. What a perfect spell to steal right now. That's probably the best thing they could do. Impel, stun it up, go for the kill here. I think, whoa, really poor micro from ky.xy. Somebody just got himself 300 gold. That's a lot in this stage of the game for them.
Indeed it is.
And now the push stops here. Does he not have
they're trying to siege it, but it's just not doing anything. This tower is only taking less than 250 damage. They still have the glyph. They have the axes and the fade bolt, and after that you can't push, especially with that bear.
I'm not sure how ky.xy lost all of his mana, but he didn't have a bear resummon, and because of that, they just have to give up with the push. Anti-Mage, blinking around back and forth. He's 300 go away from a Battle Fury, and who knows how the game's gonna go after he finishes. Do you think Rising Star have dodged such a big bullet, and do you think this is the start of comeback?
I think that it wasn't that big of a bullet to dodge. They just wasted maybe 3 waves, it seems like. I would have liked it better if they just did Roshan, but Orange still has a ton of control in this game, and Anti-Mage, even he's still very, very vulnerable until he gets his Manta.
Yeah, but he split push a lot quicker now, right? He's gonna die if they gank him, but at the same time, if they don't gank him, if you want to push against him, he will split push a lot quicker. So I think Orange, especially if Mushi gets ganked right now, lifted the stuns, every chain stun being dropped on, and they're gonna get themselves yet another kill. Net comes in as they think about disrupting. Roar gets dropped. Shackle Shot, that's gonna hit on, oh my god, Epicenter gonna get shot down. What a burrow strike, just max distance range. They're gonna get themselves a double kill as a result, but Mushi has fought back. Anti-Mage is back in the mid lane, and the Battle Fury is delivered. So 21-minute Battle Fury. I think maybe Orange Esports is going to start looking to push top, but yeah, Rising Star says, I don't care. Anti-Mage is starting to pressure bot now.
Yeah, farming way, he is just completely abusing the Radiant jungle right now. It just does not give any hoots about farming there, just because Orange has been constantly trying to be busy and 5-man, and I would like to see them kill him at least once, maybe twice, just so that he's scared of Venture Force in that area. Just stick to his own neutrals and his own ancient stack, and after that he can't really farm anywhere else, and not just have free complete reign of an area that he shouldn't have.
Yeah, they don't really have good ganks, right? There's no Shadow Blade on Alchemist. There's no like Hex up on the Windrunner just yet. There is a Blink on Sand King, so maybe you lead with that and then you just follow through with everybody else. But Xiao Tuji, thanks to his good map awareness, quite aware of when the gank train is coming, and he's not fallen victim to it a single time this game. So Orange says, let's try it one more time. And does XTD have an Acid Spray? Oh, steal it from Mushi. There you go. Still an Acid Spray. Drop it down here. Oh, Burrow Strike's going to come in right now. Immediate stun against Air Force. That back out. XTD's going to go down here. Really good recovery. And these Shackle Shots. My goodness. Super is going to go down as a result. Or will he? He's running away. The last Maelstrom proc. And now Anti-Mage thinking about man fighting. Now getting forced back. Air dropping yet another stun. Mushi says, I don't care. Going to right click away. They're going to get stuns up on air. Blinking in is Anti-Mage trying to go for the kill. But he gets sent up by Mushi and he's going to go down. He does not buy back. Air is out of mana at this point. And I think he's out of options. Rising Star. No, he does pop the magic stuff, and they will hold for now, but it was a very expensive hold, especially with Anti-Mage dying.
Yeah, very costly fight for them. But they did quite a bit of damage on a T3, but yeah, the big deal is here that Anti-Mage is dying. He has his Battle Fury, he's trying to catch up farm right now, but Orange is just putting out so much pressure on them that he's forced to fight, forced to use his Mana Void, forced to blink in and tank to try and save his tower, and he just got paid. He paid heavily for that. Unstable Concoction to the face.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do if you're an Anti-Mage? Do you not make that teleport back? I feel like you're forced
I think
to.
you just TP back if things are looking really bad for Orange, whether they try and take another Rax and continue on after that push, whether they try and attack their T forwards. You really want the protection of your tower so you don't have to waste money on gems and sentries because well, I don't know what is Orange going to do now. Are they going to keep pressuring them?
Yeah, why not? Push out the waves.
I mean, they have the Vlads, and I think they can get the Roshan right now and just push with the Aegis. But is it going to be enough? They spent like maybe 3 minutes, I'd like to say, 3 or 4 minutes outside of that tower, and they blew the glyph. They got a couple kills out of it, but they didn't actually get the tower. Maybe one more push will do it, but it'll take them quite a few minutes to gather up again, to push out all their lanes again, and to try and defend against this constant push from Xiaotuji.
Yeah, I think if they didn't get Anti-Mage in that one push, you wouldn't feel so good about the next push. But since they got it, I feel like they're saying, hey man, maybe we didn't get the Rax, but we were able to get a Anti-Mage kill anyways. We want to shut him down. But right now, they're not making that rotation. They're not deep enough on the mid lane. They need to be like right here, right now, to stop that push up top. Instead, they're not there, so they're forced to rotate back up top. And if you're Anti-Mage, you say, hey man, they're not pushing our base. They're just defending up top, so that means I have more time to split farm. In fact, they're even thinking about getting a kill on ky.xy.
Yeah, they've been sitting up here for quite a long time.
They don't go for it. Anti-Mage says, all right, more way for me to farm. You could sit here all day and trade waves with just about anybody.
And there's a smoke from Orange. They have an invisibility rune. Looks like it's going to go on Mushi. What are they doing? 4 split up. Net is on one side and the rest of the team is on the other. Creep wave is on the tower. That tier 1 tower is going to go down. Who's going to get the last hit? It's going to be Anti-Mage, so he's going to be fairly happy. If I was AM, I go Vlads now. I need an item right now to help my team to come back. Mantis out is good, and it's going to be a great late game option. It depends on how he feels, how confident he feels he could bring his team back. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And I'm surprised that Orange still has not taken out the Roshan. They have the early Vlads on the bear. They have a lot of map control. They have a 12,000 gold lead. Oh, there's the sun.
Yeah, Blink Burrow right on now. Air pops his BKB. Still okay just for now. He's going to turn around. Range Dragon still just on the bear. BKB, that's the first one. The sun's going to come on against Mushi as well. Impale is going to use on bear. You just want to man down that bear. Make it lose the HP. Air's going to come in here for another stun. The tower really, really low. Offensive disruption here. Ohio looking for the Shackle. Not going to find it. He gets lifted. He gets roar. And Epicenter comes in right now. Air is low. Super is dead. This might be the beginning of the end. Anti-Mage blinks back in. 2,400 gold in the bank. He may be saving for buyback. But even what is buyback going to accomplish? Rax number 1 is going to go down. And Orange not showing any sign of slowing down as they're going to take the range Rax as well. Nice Xiaotuji Shackle shot onto 2, and he's going to be forced to buy back. XCD is also dead. That's 4 kills on this one push. Orange says, hey, bot lane is exposed. Let's go in there for there as well. Where's the bear? Bear is fully healthy in HP. Was it resummoned? I think so, yes, it was resummoned just pretty recently. Blink Burrow Strike. This Blink Dagger from Extinct. Just winning the game.
Yeah, he got him much faster than last game.
Yeah, I mean, they were up 5-6 towers, and yeah, that goal came quite easily. Extinct quite low. Any mouse? Oh my god, Extinct. Just too good. Just too good.
And bottom T3 about to go down. Beating on the Rax now. Anti-Mage. I mean, he doesn't have enough money for buyback. He's so poor. He just bought his Yasha. He's not going to have Manta style for quite some time. And you really have to question the Anti-Mage first pick here, especially when there's a Shadow Demon left in the pool. And an Alchemist.
I mean, Anti-Mage, Blink double, 2-man Burrow Strike once again. Shackle shot not latching there, not that it was necessary. Another pick up here in terms of kill. And Super and the rest of the base is completely exposed. No, they're going to get at least 1 kill out of it. Shackle shot from Rubik. Beautifully done. Mushi, oh, big Mana Void coming out. And Mushi's also going to go down. 2 Rax is down. Anti-Mage says, man, I'm going to go for some kills. I don't think he chased this one. It's time to go back here. In fact, he's saying no. Shackle shot, that's gonna latch. pretty hack stuff. Burrowshy's gonna come in. These illusions burning all of Xiaotuji's mana. He blinks forward after a magic stick usage. He wants ky.xy. Purge goes up on top, and Sanking's gonna go down as well. I mean, these supports are just relentlessly helping out on their Lone Druid, but I think they're gonna. That's 4 hero kills here being picked up here by RisingStar. Double on Anti-Mage, double on XDD. They chased such a long way away that might as well even get perhaps even a tier 2 tower out of that. Xiaotuji up to 1,700 gold. Maybe we're gonna see a Manta
two
finish.
sets of Rex though. I mean, maybe if Anti-Mage were more farmed, but
Oh my god, double damage into Roche?
oh boy.
Does that do anything?
I mean,
Better than nothing,
better
right?
than nothing.
Yeah. I mean, after this one, Mech is gonna get finished on Beastmaster. We're gonna have we're gonna have a Ultimate Orb on Xiaotuji, and probably an Aegis on him as well, so he's gonna be man-mulling up. I don't want to count RisingStar out just yet. They're definitely very, very behind, but I think they could maybe win one more fight. If they win one more fight, I'm counting themselves back in the game.
Well, we will see about that. Anti-Mage just 350 gold away from his Manta style. Once he gets that, he can actually do a lot of damage in these team fights. Split, try and bait images, improve his deeps a lot, but they are playing around with an Aegis on the Anti-Mage and 2 sets of racks down, 49 minutes, and ky.xy playing like an absolute beast on the Lone Druid. And look at his farm too, my goodness.
Yeah, ky.xy. What does he have on the beer now?
He has
Basher.
Oov, Phase Boots, he has a Crystallis,
Jesus.
or sorry, not Crystallis, he has Demon Edge, Vlad's, Mjolnir, and Basher.
Yeah, and of course, Alchemist with a now Sage, she's going to be going for Heaven's Halberd, which is actually very, very good against Anti-Mage right now. If Anti-Mage does not have this BKB, I love the choice that RisingStar to fight outside their base. They're going to go for a Shackle Shot. That's going to latch onto 2. But meanwhile, XCD also latched his own Shackle Shot. XCD is dead. Anti-Mage blinks in. They're going to focus on Extinct. What a defensive disruption. Got a Mana Void for the kill. Where's the Mana Void? No Mana Void just yet. Anti-Mage gets Burrow Struck. Anti-Mage going to get bashed. He gets bished. He's dead. Shackle Shot. These are absolutely beautiful. XCD's on the run, and he's going to go down. What a Maelstrom. What a long-ass range hit. And now Anti-Mage is going to go down a second time. Xiaotuji, no, he blinks back. Oh, I did hear Mana Void, but it seems like there wasn't enough killing spree being picked up here on Anti-Mage. He is just an elusive ninja going back and forth. Meanwhile, the chase goes on the other way here. Air stunning the bear, and no, looks like ky.xy trying to get a little bit body block. The bash hits the roots, and looks like Air just got kill secure by the Windrunner. Xiaotuji does have, or Anti-Mage does have a TP back, and this Mushi, yep, when winning, gotta pause because somebody is disconnected.
Yep. Well, I mean, why is Lone Druid not seen more often? When we see a lot of these other common heroes on the side of RisingStars, even Anti-Mage, Beastmaster, we see Dragon Knight a lot, and none of these heroes can seem to really deal well with Syllabear. I mean, after their first blood, I don't think he's died.
I think Lone Druid needs a good laning stage.
He gave up first blood. He didn't have his bear for like 30 seconds.
And then he got free farm for the next 6 minutes.
Well,
Because
yeah,
it was
that's
musical
true.
chairs,
That's
right?
true.
So I think Lone Druid could definitely
He wins most one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, he
and
does,
does
right.
decently. Okay,
He does.
well, let's get back in the game.
But teams are also getting a lot smarter in terms of smoke ganking him. I still think he's an excellent hero, and teams have somewhat forgotten about, hey, you don't need Armlet to play this hero. This hero is still first pick, first ban, completely viable. Teams have just forgotten about him, I think. Tier 3 tower up top in really big trouble. This is the last fight, the last hurrah. What can they do? Mushi charging up stun. Mushi thinking about dropping that stun. Nothing just yet here. It's going to fly through against Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage eats it to base. That is the last Rax. The range Rax. Got to go down very soon. Where's the defend? They have no glyph available. That's Mega Creeps. That's GG. There's no way Anti-Mage could defend against that.
Wow. Well, a little bit of anticlimactic ending. I expected more of a fight from them, but now they choose to fight after.
Yeah, well, I mean, even if entire Orange team dies right here, it just doesn't matter. Nice double kill with a big slam here from the Anti-Mage. Offensive disruption, but everybody just buybacks.
Wow. Another
Really?
close out from Mushi. And that is GG. And there's the disconnect. But yeah, Anti-Mage, he did okay, I guess, but Orange just rotated so many heroes up top. And there at one point, I believe there were like 7 heroes, like in the 3-minute mark of the game, just sitting up there, each trying to get an edge in that lane. And if you do that, you leave your other heroes to your own devices. Lone Druid caught up so quickly, even without Midas, after that first blood.
I actually don't think it was the Anti-Mage pick. I think it was the Beastmaster pick.
Yeah,
They just needed something.
Yeah.
A hero that does something without any support. A Darkseer, Enigma, anything that could put a little bit of pressure, that could lane against the Lone Druid and not completely fall apart. They didn't have that. Anti-Mage was forced to rotate from lane to lane, and that's not going to work out because they needed Anti-Mage to come back very, very quickly. Anti-Mage got a 21-minute Battle Fury, and if he had it a little bit sooner, maybe they defend a little bit better.
I mean, they even got like the free Roshan and like the...
They got 4 kills at the end, they got a free Roche, and that made something out of nothing. But if they got a little bit of early game,
I like the consistent pressure from Orange though, choosing to end the game before he gets his Mantis out, or at least making an active effort to try.
There was
and do
no Mushi, let's farm for 3 more minutes. This is
true.
Pick up our items, go, and that's how you win games. Orange Esport took it a very cleanly. They will be in the grand finals of the RedBull ECL Cup.
So congratulations to Orange winning 2-1 versus RisingStars, although it was a pretty close second game.
Yep.
Kind of close third. Yeah, it was a pretty close series overall. So
consider it a 3-0.
Yeah.
It was really a 3-0 against RisingStars.
So let's see what's on the platter next.
So we're going to have LGD China versus DK. This should be a very exciting series. I don't expect long games.
Lumi exciting or
No.
exciting?
This is actually legit exciting. Should be 30-minute victories because both these teams will play very aggressively against each other. You heard it from here. It's going to be fast games. And then after that, I'm predicting LG China versus Orange in the grand finals. We saw best of 5 in the DSL. We saw best of 3 in the Alienware Cup. I'm expecting a game that could go 5 games.
Yeah, I think that
LGD
LGD China is just much stronger, more consistent team than DK. DK showing some, I wouldn't say super poor performances, but just a little bit weak performances lately. I don't expect them to take a best of 3 series against LGD China, maybe 2-1, maybe 2-0, but I certainly favor LGD China.
DK did go 5-0 in the group stages, so let's not count them out just yet. But that will conclude Orange versus RisingStar. RisingStar goes them. Orange moves on. Of course, they have guaranteed themselves a little bit of prize money as well. Let me quickly check on exactly how much. Third place finisher gets at least 1,600. Second place is 3,200. So yeah, Orange guaranteeing themselves 3,200 at the very least. But we'll talk about that a little bit more later on as we come back for the other semifinal match. But for now, this is Merlini and Luminous signing off. Thanks you guys for watching.